We call them triggers. Let's take a quick example. But first, we'll stay on the slide for 30 seconds. Have a look.
I think we all deal with these things.
Yes, all of us, including me, all of us deal with this thing. Also at home, also at family. We spend a lot of time at our home or our roommates or whatever, but we do, do these things. So these are triggers which are like office triggers. Okay, so we have listed office kind of triggers. This last time is not very, very important to us. It's costing US business. We could put India business as well. But the thing is, if we go away from work scenarios, let's go towards real life scenarios, personal life scenarios. Okay, work you all understand pretty well. Trigger. You cracked a joke. Okay, you cracked. That happens a lot in stand-up comedy, right? You cracked a joke. There is maybe you are a stand-up comedian. Let's say you're a stand-up comedian and you're cracking dark humor, dark jokes. Very good, popular category these days, right? You're cracking nigger jokes to Africans, okay, and they're taking it very lightly. You're cracking political jokes, okay. So 10 people are sitting, 20 people are sitting. Not all of them will find that joke very, very funny, okay, because everybody is coming from a different space, upbringing, culture, tradition, what they respect, what they are okay, comfortable joking about, but what they cannot tolerate. We all have different set of thoughts and experiences, okay. So I think you already got the point. I don't want to elaborate much. I think they all got the point. So, but if somebody is offended, you crack the joke, somebody is really, really offended that, oh, you can't say that. Okay. So you're doing a stand-up comedy. The topic is dark humor or dark comedy, and everybody's had bought the tickets for it, and they're sitting there. And you crack a very normal dark joke, and somebody stands from the chair, hey, you can't say that. How would you choose to respond? I want to know different reactions. Somebody stands up and says, hey, you fool,
I would
you can't make
instantly
jokes like that.
apologize to the people towards the people, and if they find it offending, that would be our first reaction. It should be our first
Okay.
reaction, and
So you would apologize. You would say,
yeah,
I'm so sorry if that hurt you.
yeah. That's
Okay.
the first thing I'm gonna do. Yeah.
That is one. Good. Any other reactions? Anybody else?
Well, if I'm specifically a stand-up comedian, then I'll make fun of them, of course.
Stick to the role. That's good.
Yeah.
That's also a reaction. Okay. And make others maybe make that person laugh again. Also a good one. Third one would be anybody else?
Um, we could ask them what exactly triggered them about it. Like, maybe you don't understand
Mm-hmm.
which part of it they found offensive. So we can
Mm-hmm.
help them convince us that, why shouldn't I do this joke? You tell
Okay.
me what was wrong with it because other people are laughing. You didn't find it
Mm-hmm.
funny. I'm
Okay.
open to listening. You tell me why it is
Okay.
wrong. Maybe
So you
then
would
if
take
we
them outside, you would do it during the
no,
session, or you would
there
stay
we can do crowd work, right? So we can
okay.
ask them that what
Crowd
what
work.
happened.
Good, good.
Tell me why it is wrong. If you can convince me, I will take it out of the material next time.
Good. That's also a reaction. So Atish's most common reaction is that I've observed is he just takes everybody out for a talk. Ki kone mein chalo pehle, like let's talk it out. That's his default reaction. No man's often reaction is that sticking with the rules and the norms and the role. Okay. Anybody else? How would you react if somebody really got hurt or annoyed by your joke and they said to you, "You fool, you can't say it. You can't make this joke again." How would you react?
I can think about that. Jokes are something for making a fun. But when someone gets hurt, that we need to recall in that it's just a part of joke. It's not something we are personally want to say that. It's just someone
Mm-hmm.
to make it laugh. But if you're
Mm-hmm.
feeling it's hurt, then we can actually talk about something else. So I'll just shift the point to some different kind of jokes there that he will
Okay.
like also. I
Okay. So
think
you're meeting them in the middle.
it's yeah, it's like we cannot change the top. We can just change the topic, but we have to
Mm-hmm.
stick with the rule that we
Mm-hmm.
are there to make them laugh. So if someone
Yes.
is not liking it, then we can change the topic that everyone can like. So
Yes.
understanding your audience is the most important thing, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm. That's good. That's good. There is another reaction. If I was there, if let's say if I'm there, what I would do is I would tell them, listen, this show is about dark humor. This show is dark comedy. You signed up for it. You paid me for it, and I'm telling the same kind of jokes. I'm not going away from the subject. That would be my reaction. I go like in this manner. But I would say, if you're feeling so offended, I would sorry. I can refund your money, and you can just get out right now in a polite way. Okay, you can get out right now, but in a polite way. I really like the joking back mechanism as well. So there are so many reactions that we can choose. There is a seventh reaction in which you just call some of you, just do an ishara like, and 10 of your friends come, pick that guy up, and then you continue your show. And another show is going on in the
So,
background.
ma'am,
Okay. Right? So many
can
ways.
I
Oh, it
ask,
actually
is there
happens
any
in
right
comedy shows. People
response?
do come, bouncers do come and they pick the person up and like, "Tere ko kone mein leke dekhte hain." That's also there. Right?
Ma'am, is
Somebody
there
was
any
saying
right
something.
response for this situation? Yeah, I was saying, if there is any right response for this situation, or it can be anything that a person
Do you think there is
live.
any right situation? I would just say try to do it the friendly way, non-violent way. Just assess the situation around you. How many people are there who don't like the joke? If there are 90% don't like the joke, you better shut up. Right? But if it's just one person, you can tell them, bro, I would just say, if I would there, I would just save the stress. I would just say, I'm so sorry. I will come back to it later. I will talk about it to you later. But for now, let's continue the show. If you're still feeling uncomfortable, I'm sorry. I would just request you to stay back for a couple of minutes and we'll sort it out. I would just try to save my show because I want to be successful, right? So, not the end of my career. Okay, that's my take, but I don't think there is a right answer to this. Different responses. Some people actually deserve it also. Some people deserve to be thrown out. That's also a scenario. So depends on a lot of things. You decide what you want, but try to find a place where you both meet in the middle. Okay, because not all of us are political goons, or not all of us can have those friends who can take the person out and beat them. So try to find a middle path. Okay, somebody who's hurt versus somebody who's offended, different ways to deal. Somebody who's deeply deeply actually hurt, you need to take care of them a bit. Somebody who's offended and they come from an irrational space, then you can talk to them in a different way. So that's the stand-up comedy scene, and this actually happens a lot, and we see news and what has happened, all of that. So okay, let's come back to our theory part. um, we have this we I don't think a lot of people do this, but we have attached this wheel over here. Oh no, let's first complete the trigger part. So when something triggers something, let's say it has started raining, right? It has started raining. What do you think of first when you see outside the window? It started raining. The weather is very nice. What triggers? What trigger happens when you see a rain falling up? What
Get in
comes
the
to your
rain.
mind?
Get in
Charging
the
You
my
can
rain.
put in the chat. What trigger is generated when you see it raining outside and it's work from home day? What do you think?
charging my laptop and mobile.
Okay. He goes charge my laptop. जब तक light है, light चला जाएगा. Good. I think of this. I think of this also. Immediately, this comes to my mind. It started raining. I think of either finding pakoras, finding chai. Yes. Atish saying if I'm supposed to go out, of course I'm not happy. Okay. But my question is different, Atish. My question is, when you see rain, how do you feel? What emotion gets triggered in you? In general, in general. Calm. Okay, you start feeling calm, happiness. Any action you want to take, that somebody said that the first action I take is I think of electricity situation, I go back and I quickly charge everything. So basically they're in alert mode. They're like, okay, I need to work, I need to work. So that's it, triggered. Somebody would just take a nap. Okay, good. Aha, it's gonna be a very good nap. The weather is good. Yeah. How many chai people here? And especially ginger tea. How many of you feel like now I want to make a tea? Surendra is there, right? So there's a lot of triggers. This is a very happy trigger example I gave you. There are a lot of negative triggers also. I just had talked about in stand-up comedy. Why did I give the example is because there might be a joke. Okay, I have signed up for a dark humor comedy class or something. I have signed up myself, but then they say something or some word or some story which was really bad in my past experience, something I've gone through in my past, and that has triggered me. I suddenly feel anxious now. So that is also possible, right? So, as a person on the other side, you would try to understand first that, okay, take a pause. Why did this person react this way? Oh, she's screaming at me in front of everybody. She's saying that you're a horrible comedian. But when she's screaming, her voice is shaking and her hands are shaking. Do you think that person is only angry? Is that the only emotion? If their hand is shaking, their voice is trembling while saying that, or there is something else beneath? What do you
Body
think?
language makes a very big difference when you
Body language. Yeah.
someone is angry. And
Yes.
right now, yeah, we are, as a teacher, we can monitor that and
Yes.
give a response, not a reaction, as you said. Yeah.
Yes. Perfect. So there are two situations. One person is very angry. Hey, you can't do that. You can't say that. And they're throwing a chair. They threw a chair or threw a water bottle at you on the stage. Their body language is very strong, confident, and they're like aggressive. Other person who's doing the same thing, who's saying that this is not okay. You should not crack this joke. And her voice is trembling, and her hands are shaking, and she's sweating. Would you be able to observe these differences? Same reaction, but different way they are standing up. There is a difference in the underlying emotion. So that emotion is more like anxiety, more like something triggered them immediately, something from past experiences. If you are SEL aware, you would be able to see the difference, see the spectrum. Okay. Happiness is not just happiness, it is a spectrum. Happy but excited, happy but scared, happy but also melancholic, nostalgic, sad. Emotions don't exist in a single mode. Emotions exist as a collection of a lot of emotions, right? When you clear an exam, when you do something really nice that makes your parent proud, they're smiling, they're happy, but they're also crying. Emotions don't exist in a single notion, they exist in a multiple format, right? So we should be able to find out and understand what is going on. How do you do that? Practice, practice, practice. Another thing is, if you want to do this sometime, when we were developing this training module, me and my team near Team Morvi, we all were playing this game. Okay, tell me, how are you feeling while we were working on this module, making the PPT and all. We said, how are you feeling? So this is a SEL wheel, the SOAR feelings wheel. We haven't created this wheel. This wheel is from SOAR Learning Company. Okay, we are just giving out the rights away. So here, how to use this wheel is step one. Start from the center. Okay, you're here. Okay, breathe. Now, what is your surface emotion? The biggest emotion you're feeling? Let's say, let's pick somebody. Somebody who want to do this with me? Anyone? Volunteer? Anyone who can volunteer?
Can I?
Yeah, sure. Can you tell us your name?
Surabhi.
Okay, Surbi. Surbi, let's start. So first we are here at the green. Take a deep breath. Now, what are you feeling? Are you feeling playful, joyful? Among these only you have to choose. Among these 8 options. Peaceful, powerful, accepted, proud, interested,
I
joyful,
think peaceful would
trusting.
be more
Okay,
accurate right
peaceful.
now.
That's a compliment for me in my training session. Ha. Okay. Now, let's go deep into peaceful. This is a fat emotion. Okay, it's a fat emotion. We're gonna find out the narrowed and thinned down version. Among peaceful, are you feeling more like thankful side or are you feeling more like loving side?
Thankful side more often.
Thankful side. So we have pinpointed that emotion. So content is one, but then there's more. Let's do a negative emotion now. Anybody who's feeling not very, let's say anybody who's feeling bored, hurt, or let's say critical, or let's say mad, awful, who's feeling insecure. It's fine. We all feel that some of the other time. That's why the wheel. Bitter. Everybody is happy in the session. I can't believe it. Okay, let's say that I am hurt. Okay, let's say I'm hurt. Now, if you zoom in hurt, you can see you can be hurt when you're embarrassed. Okay, when you have some insecurity and somebody made a comment about your insecurity. Now you're like, oh my God, you're embarrassed. Another hurt is that you felt betrayed. Okay, that also hurt you. ठुकरा के मेरा प्यार मेरा इंतकाम देखी, kind of that, right? You feel betrayed. That's a different hurt. That bro, you stabbed me in the back. Okay. Another one is feeling embarrassed. Like somebody said something really awful about you in front of everybody and feeling very hurt that how can this person say it, and you're very embarrassed. So the idea is that every emotion like has layers and layers to it, like onions, right? We need to identify what triggers us first of all. Okay, whenever somebody says something which can easily trigger you, I think I heard one thing when I was taking therapy. My therapist said that whenever don't have easy triggers. Okay, dilute your triggers. So what happens is somebody is always very rude to me. They just dislike me all the time for no reason at all. They just in general dislike me. So whenever they pass by me, they make some joke or remark. Let's say chakli chakli. They say chakli chakli. Okay, for example, random word, and I'm like angry. I'm angry every time they say chakli to me passing by. I feel like oh, and I'm like oh, and I feel very angry. I go outside. I will maybe in that anger I will go and drink, and I'm like screaming, talking to somebody on the phone loudly. I'm just very angry about it. So she said, Purnima, do one thing. Okay, it's not a personal story. I'm just sharing that an example. This is not a personal story. She just said that for that person, it is so easy for them to trigger you. You have made it so easy for them to trigger you. Whenever they just have to say the word and you get so angry, you just ruin your whole day. You are giving them an easy trigger. So identify your trigger. When do I get triggered? When they say this thing, I get triggered. So she said, identify your triggers. What triggers me to eat extra in the middle of the night? Okay. When I'm stressed, I eat extra. I eat like I order a pastry or something. I eat pizzas. I eat unhealthy food. A lot of us do that. When we are stressed out, we just purchase. Some people shop. They start opening Amazon and they start shopping. They just add unnecessary things. Okay. Uh, we all of us do things like that. Something triggers us and we do something else. We take another action. So what they said was, uh, whenever something happens, first of all, label your triggers. What triggers me? Whenever I'm angry at somebody or when I'm frustrated, I go and order extra food. That's why I'm getting, unhealthy food. So identify your trigger. What is your trigger? And you come to this, that red light. Oh my God, what happened? Okay. Oh, I think it stopped. So you think about that red light, yellow light, and green light. First of all, stop. Whenever you're feeling triggered, oh, somebody said chakli again. And I'm like, फिर से chakli bola. I will be like, okay, let's take a pause. They are trying to have fun, they're bored, they are trying to have fun, and I'm an easy target for them. So okay, now because of that, should I eat extra? Should I eat unhealthy stuff? So first identify your emotion, label it, put the name there. I am feeling angry, I am feeling embarrassed, I am feeling challenged, or somebody's pulling my leg. That's what I'm feeling. Okay, now assess the situation and the impact. Okay, slow down. Okay, and then choose a response. The response is go and give them a tight slap. Okay. अब से होगा ही नहीं. Now onwards, not happen ever again. No, you choose a response. Have you heard that if you bully somebody, like the more you get bullied, the more people bully you? That happens, right? The बोलते हैं ज्यादा चिढ़ते हैं, that's why उसको चिढ़ाते हैं. You bully somebody because they get easily bullied. You're an easy target, easy trigger. So the way you choose to respond matters. Okay, if you ignore it couple of times, then maybe they settle down. Sometimes you need to take a strict action, okay, to get them settled down. But choose your reaction. Don't react immediately. Take some time, take a breather, take a very constructive decision that is in your favor first. Okay, that's the idea. Same with the classroom and with the student. A student never listens to you. A student is always shouting, or the parent is doing something in the background. Choose your strategy and choose your response. Take a pause, take a breather. It helps a lot. Okay, so that is the whole idea.